Issue 2 is Barak back.
Senator Barack Obama.
A party that doesn't just offer change as a slogan, but real, meaningful change. Change that America can believe in. That's why I'm in this race. That's why I'm running for the presidency of the United States of America. To offer change that we can believe in.
Senator Obama's speech in Iowa last week before an audience of 9,000 Democratic activists is seen as his most powerful yet. Towards the end of his speech, Obama connected directly to Black America.
I am running in this race because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. Because I believe that there's such a thing as being too late, and that hour is almost upon us.
This allusion to black history some see as an effort by Senator Obama to win over African-American voters who currently poll in favor of Hillary over Obama. Hillary 46%, Obama 37%. Both Barak and his wife, Michelle, appear to think that blacks vote as a bloc.
I'm completely confident. Black America will wake up and get it.
Well, is there a single black America unified by race as Barak and Michelle seem to assume? A Pew poll says no. The percentage of African Americans, over 1 out of 3, 37%, say blacks cannot be considered a quote-unquote single race.
It's really stunning. 37% of African Americans say that blacks can no longer be thought of as a single race. Now, young, lower-income black people are more likely to say this than upper-income black people. But what you get is nearly 40% of lower-income blacks saying that they have little or no values in common between the poor and middle-class black communities in the United States.
So when large numbers of black Americans say they don't think there's just one race there anymore, they're not really talking about skin color, they're talking about values and economics?
Exactly. What we're talking about is things like work ethic and education.
Question, work ethic and education. Does this poll mean that we need to pay more attention to socioeconomics rather than race as determinants in voting? Meaning that poor white people have more in common with poor black people. Clarence.
Yes, in a word, that's what this poll is driving at. It shows that compared to 20 years ago, blacks at all levels are now recognizing that they have more in common with whites at their socioeconomic level than with other blacks culturally and value-wise. Now, what does this mean politically? For Obama, the ironic thing about the Obama campaign, John, is that demographically, he's doing better with blacks and whites who have some college education and above, while Hillary's doing better with those who have a low college education or below, black and white. And that's one of the reasons why she's doing better with black folks in South Carolina, for example, very critical, than Obama is.
But where were the blacks in New Hampshire and in Iowa?
Where are the blacks in New Hampshire and Iowa? All 5 of them, right? You know, you're talking.
What is he moving towards? I mean, he's apparently not thinking about those primaries.
No disparagement.
Has those locked up?
No disparagement, by the way.
Sequel to that?
Yes.
Does he need the black vote?
He needs to win South Carolina. Like, he needs to do well in South Carolina. Even if he doesn't beat Hillary in Iowa or New Hampshire, we'll understand. If he doesn't beat her in South Carolina, he's really hurt.
Is he too upper crust? Is he too white?
Well, you know, this is the
Is he too unblack?
Let me say this. Interesting dialogue has been spurred by the Obama candidacy and by this poll, because is race physical characteristics the traditional idea, or are we talking about values and experience?
Well, both. He's
experience-wise,
look at however, he's multicultural. He's lived in Indonesia. He was born in Hawaii.
And he's got great crossover appeal, you know. But the fact is that I think we are now looking at race in a different way.
Is Michelle right?
No.
Will Black America go to him?
Well, we know that the upper income, better educated are more likely to gravitate toward him, but you can't count on that.
That was a very, I had a real problem with Michelle Obama. She was saying, in fact, black folks better get out there and vote for Obama because he's the black guy in the race.
Oh, come on. I've heard you say that about Catholics voting for Kennedy.
Look at black folks vote 90-10 in every presidential race against the Republican candidate, whereas working class white folks have been moving conservative on cultural, social, moral issues into the Republican Party for all those years.
I'm missing the point. What's your point about black?
By the way?
My point about black folks is that when you get into a presidential election, Democrat versus Republican, 90% are going Democrat.
By the way, this has been happening since the Buchanan strategy was adopted by the Nixon administration.
First of all, Hillary Clinton is the wife of Bill Clinton, who Toni Morrison said was the first black president, and they have a lot of loyalty within the black community. The black community is extremely loyal to the Democratic Party and to the Clintons. So I think Obama is still somewhat unknown, and he's a more cerebral candidate. He's running more of a generational campaign. Let's leave the 60s behind and turn the page. But he's gonna get his share of the African American
To Eleanor's
vote.
point about the Clintons and having a lot of loyalty and support coming from especially top black politicians. First and foremost, New York Congressman Charlie Rangel. So they know where their bread is buttered, and the Clintons have promised them a lot, and they are all going for it. I think that Michelle Obama's point, though, which we haven't talked about, was she was trying to encourage members of the African American community to think out of the box. But what she was really saying is, look, members of the black community in America still lack confidence that a black man can actually be the nominee of a major party. Stop thinking that way. This man can, and let's show the world that we can do it.
If a white candidate said, look, Mr. you got to vote for white folks here and stuff like that. You got to wake up. This guy, people would go wild. Okay, I know, but a lot of people are offended watching Michelle.
You're going to work awfully hard to turn that into a racist comment.
You're one of the 51% of Republicans, clearly, who does not believe in evolution. You're one of them.
Well, we're creationists, that's correct.
You're creationists, right. and so too in politics, you don't believe in evolution. You don't believe in the evolution of what's taking place in his culture. His culture by way of
our culture.
Black American culture.
But in the Democratic Party, John.
In other words, is Michelle right?
Culture. I mean, this is the thing. Are we talking about experiences or other things? For one thing, black Americans have been moving in a socially conservative direction in everything but politics. We still vote like Swedish social democrats.
On trade and immigration, they are
talking about the Pew poll. That's what I'm talking about. The 37%.
That's
unheard of.
There's a growing recognition of realities, and that is that we do have a group of people who've been left behind by the 60s.
This is good news.
And so that needs to be
good news. If socioeconomics is going to be more of a controlling
to have an isolated group, 24% of black Americans still in poverty, and many of them still isolated culturally and economically and geographically. That's not good news.
Trade, immigration, and values are the way Republicans can get African American votes through the churches, through trade, lost jobs, through immigration and borders.
We got further to go with Obama. He was in the Democratic debate this week. Was he stopped from pulling off an upset by getting tangled in the same question that Hillary was derailed by in the last debate? Watch.
Do you support or oppose driver's licenses for illegal immigrants?
I am not proposing that that's what we do. What I'm saying is that we can't be... No. Look, I have already said, I support the notion that we have to deal with public safety and that driver's licenses at the state level can make that happen.
This is the kind of question that is sort of available for a yes or no answer.
Question, will Obama take Iowa away from Hillary quick?
No.
Maybe.
No.
He might. Okay, yes. How about that? You heard it here first.
Yes.
All right.
We'll be right back with predictions.